Hello there everyone and welcome back to another Gothic line update video. This is episode 2 of 3 of this new mini-series that I'm doing while I'm up at college. For this episode I got a ton of work done on the terrain as well as the trenches and even part of the mountain. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, just some overall terrain stuff. I filled in all of the empty space that was there that was just green. I filled it in with brown and dark tan, and I started to add in some mounds and different things. I also rearranged some of the trees, spread them out a little bit more, kind of cover some more ground, make it look a little more filled up and a lot better and a little evenly spaced. I also went ahead and made a couple of foxholes. You can see I've got 2 of them on the battlefield right there. A Fallschirmjäger with a Panzerfaust and a machine gunner there as well. So we've got 2 foxholes, and then there's a larger trench. This was kind of the larger one that I was talking about. And for the inner linings of the trench, I used just some reddish brown tiles of all sorts of different sizes to kind of make it look like a wooden kind of inner lining of the trench, and I think that worked out rather well. Another thing to look at here is the Panzer tank turrets and how they're built into the ground. This was something that I've always wanted to build in Lego, that I've seen from pictures of the Gothic line for years now, and I've always thought it's the coolest thing, is they'd have just the heads of the turret, like the tank turrets, just the head, and they would build up around the turret and kind of dig it into the ground. I've always thought that was so cool, and I would definitely recommend doing some research on that if you guys are interested. The Gothic line is just full of interesting gun emplacements and bunkers. It's really cool, but essentially I've got the Panzer IV tank head built on this side over here, and it's kind of built up with a little bit of a mound. The Americans are very outnumbered on this build. I would love to have a couple of Sherman tanks, but I just don't have room for them because in the actual battle, obviously Sherman tanks are very important in kind of breaking through a lot of these defenses, but no Sherman tanks for this one, just infantry. So we've got the Panzer IV turret head over there. Next to it, we also have part of the mountain, and there's also a little bit of a bunker inside of there as well with some of those 1x4 and 1x2 reddish brown log pieces. So I think that looks pretty cool. I didn't want to just do a plain mountain. I wanted to kind of add in some different bunkers and stuff as well. And for the front of the MOC, of course, we've also got one large bunker that's right above the trench that you might have seen earlier in a few video clips. I've kind of built that out a little bit to kind of make it more of a square or rectangular shape, more of a kind of square shape, and like a box, to make it look like a bunker that you would see or that you kind of would recognize from a lot of the older World War II pictures. So I've got that in kind of a brownish color, and I've got the rockwork all around it. And we go over to the mountain, we go all the way to the far right side, and we've got another tank turret, this time a Panzer III, that I've actually got built into the mountain. It's not done yet. You can see there's still some gaps and some weird angles that need to be kind of reworked and fixed, but I am working on that for the next update video. But I wanted to kind of put this in here to kind of show you guys what I had in mind for perhaps a Panzer III tank turret built into the mountain. So there's actually 2 of them now. So all of that said, I think I got a lot of progress done. I'm really happy with the way this is looking so far, especially when we're looking down eye level. There's some really cool shots to be seen with all the Germans kind of in their defensive positions. I think it looks really cool. Alright, real quick before we close out the video here, I just want to go ahead and talk about what is going to be happening next for the final update video for this little mini-series here. So I've got the first level of the mountain rock work done, and I've shown off the Panzer tank turrets, Panzer IV and the Panzer III bunker over there. We've got trenches, foxholes, and then a bunker right there. For the final episode, what I would like to do is touch up a whole bunch of things throughout the MOC, and then I also want to, you can kind of see it as I bump a tree, you can kind of see over in that corner how I've started to build up this rockwork over here, and there's kind of going to be a path that goes along the top, kind of behind that sniper. So there should be one more layer of rockwork up there. That is going to be the plan for the final episode, is touching some things up and getting the last bit of rock work done and filling in all the empty spaces. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. I had a ton of fun working on the terrain, kind of going back to basics for me and really going back to where I started building and doing terrain from all those years ago with all the large-scale Star Wars MOCs and bunkers and trenches. It's really what I love to build. So definitely had a ton of fun with this episode. Stay tuned for the 3rd episode, where I'll be touching up a few things here and there and completing the rest of the mountain. So that's about it. As always, leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.